Welcome to the show. My name is Monickie Scott.
And this is Felina B. Flossin. We're so excited to have you join us as we support and encourage women in 5 areas. That's the mind, body, and soul, while loving more and laughing more.
And we believe that life takes balance. In each show, we will focus on one of those 5 areas.
Very true. In this world we live in, everybody's looking for that 5-star rating. Well, how do you rate yourself? It is our intention that by listening to this podcast, the 5-Star Living Show, we will be able to help you move towards your own 5-star rating by finding ways to live more balanced.
And today's topic is based on a quote I came across. It's very short, but it's very powerful, and it's by Miss Oprah Winfrey.
Love her.
And it simply states, "You become what you believe." And we'll be discussing just how powerful our minds really, really are.
Yeah, they are quite powerful. And we'll also answer some questions from our supporters, such as, why is believing in yourself easy for some, but not so much for others?
Wow. And then we will leave you with some tips about how you could be living more 5-star by simply believing in yourself and becoming what you believe. So I'm going to start right here and say, can it be true that our minds are so powerful that if we simply believe in something, it can come true? Since we started with Oprah, let's continue with Oprah. She has always journaled. It's something I always heard when I used to watch the show. And even when you hear her speeches, she talks about how journaling has always been a big part of her life. So I interpret that as putting on paper what is in your mind.
Okay.
And what is in your mind is actually what you believe. When she was younger, she said she journaled a lot about how guys did her wrong.
Oh, wow.
She journaled a lot about her weight. And then when she got in her 40s, she said her journaling changed. It became more wiser. She started to use her journal to express her gratitude. And watched her blessings multiply.
Wow.
So she simply states what you focus on expands. And that's was something that was a change. So when we think about our minds, if you're sitting there writing every day about, oh, how horrible I am, and oh my gosh, I wish I could lose weight, or I wish this guy liked me, or how this guy did me wrong, think about what you start to believe about yourself.
Exactly.
In my life experiences recently, I've been focusing more on good and gratitude, and it has totally changed the way I focus on each day. I recently had conversations with my own son, and I was letting him know that I don't watch the news on a daily basis. And he was shocked. Like, how could you not watch the news? How could you not know what's going on?
It's depressing.
Exactly. I said, because if I watch the news and if I focus on all the bad things that are going on, then all day, all I'm going to think about is, if this bad thing can happen to me, or this bad thing can happen to somebody that I love.
Living in fear.
I choose to focus and believe in the good part of the world and the day. It's like this story that I often hear. It's about the stub toe. When you wake up first thing in the morning and you stub your toe, and it's like,
day ruined.
Yes, my whole day is going to be bad. Goodness, this must be how the day is going to be. But if you really just stop and think about it, you have the choice to make that either a bad day, or is that a bad moment? Like you stub your toe, you shake off the pain, because that pain,
it take a minute.
You have to sit there for a minute and shake that pain off, and then you start again and say, nope, you get right back focused on what good is going to happen for the day, and you leave that stuff, because guess what? It's over.
It's true. Well, that stub toe, the pain does last a good minute. But after that first half hour, you good for the rest of the day, right?
Yes, hopefully you don't stub it so bad where you feel it for the whole day, because then you kind of will be reminded.
Honey,
but
especially that baby toe.
Especially the baby toe. That's the one that'll get you. The big toe can kind of take it a little, but that baby toe.
Exactly. So what is something that you truly believed in that came to fruition?
So something I believed in. So For those of you who don't know, I'll introduce myself as I have a history in radio. I interned at 92.3 The Beat in Los Angeles back in the day when it was called 92.3 The Beat. I'm not sure what it is called now. And I also served as senior account representative for KCP FM radio for many, many, many years. And I recently changed careers. I went from radio to digital marketing, but I still volunteer for a show that I created called Teen Talk. And back then, I believed that teens had a voice and they needed to be heard. So I presented an idea, and I had written on a piece of paper several years before, like I had this teen talk show idea.
Nice.
And then it wasn't until I finally presented it and said it out loud and believed that it could actually be that it actually came to pass. It was accepted, and now every Saturday since 2015, I have a group of wonderful, awesome teens that produce, run the show just as I believed that they could do.
Yeah.
First, I had to believe that I could put it together, and then I had to move forward to make it happen. But that belief started in my mind, put it on paper, present it to someone, and now it has happened.
And it is amazing to see these teens just running the radio station.
They run it. We come in, we kind of watch, and and you have recently become the co-supervising producer and joined the Teen Talk family, and it is just awesome to see something that was once in your head to actually come out.
Beautiful.
And be successful. But that's exactly where it starts.
Indeed.
The mind really is a powerful thing. Think about it for a moment. When you have plans for a day, that day actually has a purpose.
It does.
You move through the day according to those plans, but think about when you have a day with no plans, right? You're either resting or you're wasting. And it's okay to rest.
Yes,
rest is fine, but wasting is bad. Wasting is when you're just sitting around with no purpose, no plans, just existing, and eventually will lead your mind to some sort of sadness, because at the end of the day, have you ever felt like, man, I wasted a whole day because I got up, kind of lazed around. Wasn't even a restful day, wasn't even a relaxing day.
Exactly.
It was just sort of a wasted day. You need to make, just as you make plans for your day, you need to make plans for your life as a whole. Watch the power of your mind go to work, because when it's working towards something specific compared to when it's just sitting idle, not forward, not backward, you're just kind of sitting there, you can kind of roll in the wrong direction sometimes. So it's just always very important to have a plan for your day, and I like to say for your life in general. Because if you're waking up every day and you're not having that purpose of where you're going, then days are just kind of going away.
It's true. And it's often said by a lot of motivational speakers that we are given 40 hours a day. The billionaire and the bum are both given 24 hours in a day. The difference is what they do with it. Right? So we have to be purpose-filled and intentional. Every waking moment,
Have to be.
Yeah, indeed.
So it looks like we've come to the end of our segment already. That was really quick, but
it was. So in just a few moments, we're going to answer some questions from our 5-star supporters.
I love our questions. Keep the questions coming in. Thank you so much.
Yes, but first of all, make sure you like us on the 5-Star Living Show on Facebook. Once again, that's the 5-Star Living Show.
Yes.
So, okay. A few questions from our listeners and supporters that we so appreciate. Why is believing in yourself so easy for some, but yet others, it's not possible?
And it sounds easy. Just believe in yourself. People tell you that. Just believe.
But what does that really mean for some?
So one reason could be you're living up to someone else's expectations.
That's a big one.
And then what about your background?
Very true. Some aren't taught how to believe in themselves, or they may have been raised in an arena where they're bashed all of the time, and so it doesn't come naturally.
But I'm saying if you haven't been taught from a young age, and some people aren't, I'm telling you, you don't need permission.
Right.
Right now, I challenge you to give yourself permission. Right now, give yourself permission to believe in you, because it's not something that some magic fairy is going to come along and hit you on top of the head with the magic wand and make it happen.
Gifted.
Yeah. You have to give yourself that permission to believe. And right now, we're giving you permission to believe in yourself.
Yes. And the reality is, as we help push and support that belief, you are walking with yourself 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
24 hours
no one else will be with you as much as you will be. So you have to be your own cheerleader.
Yeah, because no one else has to.
No one,
But you do. Let's go to the second question. Let's see. Having a vision for your entire life seems like a lot. Can I just have a vision for some parts of my life and not all parts of my life?
Yeah.
Of course.
I mean, that's how I start.
You can do that.
I don't know my full life.
It is definitely a start. But then you leave room for whatever happens. Happens.
Yeah.
So if you're comfortable with that, then do that. Mm-hmm. But when 10 or 20 years have passed and you're wondering, what happened?
What happened?
Why am I not farther along? Don't be confused.
Let's be clear.
Don't be confused. Listen. The total vision doesn't have to be crystal clear, right?
Yeah.
You just need to start. You just need a starting point, and you can always change it or improve it. You can even add to it, but you have to start somewhere, because if you don't, then, like I said, you leave room for whatever happens. And, this show is designed for women over 40.
Yes.
So we didn't already made it halfway through our life. I consider this my halfway point, because my granny lived until she was 90-something years old.
Amazing.
So I figure I got another 40 years to do this. So it's time to make sure that vision is crystal clear. Got to improve it. Got to look at it a little, massage it, make it right. But there are some definite goals and dreams that I put in place so that I'm not spending the next 40 years and get to the end and go, well, what happened?
Yeah, it's true.
What happened?
They say what we're doing right now, we'll see the effects of that 10 years from now.
Exactly.
So,
So get your goal and your vision together now. It doesn't have to be perfect, but start it.
Yeah.
Let's go on to our next question.
So, I am a good singer, but if I were to compare myself to, say, Beyonce's or the Adele's of the world, I could feel like I'd never be that great. Right? So how do I move past this?
This is called fear.
Yeah.
Fear will shut down a belief every single time. Yeah. First of all, you can stop saying you're good and start saying you're great.
Great. Yeah.
Then you got to practice. You got to practice.
And practice some more.
And practice some more at being great. All day, every day. We started this show with the quote, you become what you believe, but mostly we talked about believing, but what we want to leave you with is becoming.
Yes.
Once you believe, you must take action in order to become. Indeed. So coming up, we're going to share some very valuable tips with you about how you can start living a more 5-star life and believing more in you so that you can become what you believe. But first,
hey, make sure you like us on Facebook at 5 Star Living Show. We want to hear from you. Give us some feedback. We want to learn more about when it comes to your mind, body, soul, while loving more and laughing more.
So let's talk about 3 ways that you could be living more 5-star and how moving towards becoming what you believe. First, we talked about you got to see it.
You got to visualize it.
You got to get it out of your head.
Yeah.
Make it visual.
Yeah.
Oprah wrote a journal. Oprah is known for always having journal.
Yes.
Write a journal.
Yes.
This is a way to get some things out of your head so that you can move toward it. Put it on a wall.
Yeah.
If you were to ever see my home, there's stuff all over the walls. I got to see what is happening. Have a shirt made if that helps you, and wear it when you need to be motivated.
Yeah, we want to remind ourselves daily, whether we do a reminder on our phone, look in the mirror, tell ourselves every day when we wake up, that we are what we see. We have to put it into the future of what we see in ourselves, and
You could even, I would say, even write yourself a note and put it on your desk at work if that's what you need to do so that you could see it.
Yeah.
You got to be able to see it. And then finally, you want to tell somebody.
Tell somebody.
Tell somebody so they can call you on it. That always works for me. Like if I don't really want to do something, I don't tell nobody. But when I'm ready to move, I tell somebody. So that way, every time I see them, you know what they're going to do? They're going to be like, so, how's that going?
It's true.
And I'm going to be like, So, no. When I'm ready to move, I put it out there so I can know when they ask me, I'll be like, well, this is where I'm at now. Well, this is where I'm at now. It hurts.
Indeed.
It can hurt a little because especially when you really don't make a move towards it.
Yeah.
But what it can also do is motivate you because you want them to shut up and stop asking you that question.
Right.
You want to be able to tell them, guess what? It's done. Bam.
Boom. Look at me now.
Look at me now.
So, hey, it looks like we're out of time.
What? That was fast. Wow. Okay.
But we want to thank you for listening to us and joining in on this 5-star day. We believe in you. We believe that you're going to have a 5-star life starting right now.
And we know that you could have been anywhere else, but you chose to be here with us. So for that, we thank you. And we look forward to seeing you on Facebook at 5-Star Living Show and joining the accountability group because we want you to laugh more and love more while taking care of your mind, body, and soul.
So, hey, do me a favor. On purpose, make it a point to have a 5-star day.
The 5-Star Living Show is sponsored in part by MVPphotographer.com, and special thanks goes out to our super producer, Mr. Dana Scott.
Thank you for listening to the 5-Star Living Show. Take care of your mind, body, and soul. And remember, love more and laugh more.